such as towing service, we have a saloon, we repair cars, we have a car wash,
Barbershop is a top-notch,
and many more.
Autodesk Engineering is the company which you can rely on. We touch any car. We are just at the corner of Pemba Road and Mosotunya Road.
Good afternoon and welcome to Light TV Midday News. It's always a pleasure that you're able to join us from the comfort of your homes on Light TV channel 121 and on Facebook at Light TV Zambia. The quote of the day: salvation comes through faith alone. And the headlines: IPAS works with media to support vulnerable women and girls overview. And in sports news, Zambia celebrates 14 years since first AFCON title. In international news, Israeli president ends Australian visit amid protest over Gaza war. With the news in detail, my name is Kephas Goni. Here are the details. Zambia has reaffirmed its position as a leading mining investment destination, with the sector contributing over 70% of export earnings and accounting for 17.5% of the country's gross domestic product. Speaking during the Swedish Mining Networking Cocktail held at Innovation City in Cape Town, South Africa, Copperbelt Province Minister Elisha Matambo said government remains committed to ensuring mineral resources contribute meaningfully to national development. Mr. Matambo stated that under President Hakainde Hichilema's leadership, Zambia aims to triple copper production to 3 million tons by 2031, supported by reforms designed to create a stable and investor-friendly climate. He added that government is promoting policy stability, transparency, and streamlined licensing to enhance investor confidence while advancing a private sector-driven mining industry that delivers a win-win outcome for both investors and the country. We have more in this particular report. IPAS has engaged journalists in Eastern Province to enhance reporting on sexual and reproductive health and rights for women and girls. The international non-governmental, non-profit making organization, working in partnership with the Ministry of Health, says no woman should risk her life due to lack of access to safe reproductive health services. Policy and Advocacy Advisor for IPAS Southern Africa, Thomas Banda, says the organization is part of the Wish to Project consortium, which includes the International Planned Parenthood Federation and Planned Parenthood Association of Zambia, Option, and Johns Hopkins University. Mr. Banda says the project is being implemented in Vubwi, Lusangazi, Lundazi, and Chipata, with additional activities in Mambwe, Chasefu, Chadiza, Lusangazi, and Sinda districts, targeting areas with high teenage pregnancies. Meanwhile, consultant Dr. Felix Kunda says a media training workshop running from February 11th to 13th, 2026 at Benzo Lodge in Katete districts aims to equip journalists with specialized skills to promote accurate and right-based reporting. We have more in this particular report.
So IPAS Southern Africa is part of the Wish to Project consortium, comprising International Planned Parenthood Federation, the Planned Parenthood Association of Zambia, Johns Hopkins University, and Option. So this project runs up to March 2027, basically with two objectives: to enhance the sexual reproductive health rights of women and girls, especially the marginalized in rural communities, like, Vubwi, Chadiza, and the like. So in Eastern Province, the project is in Vubwi, Lusangazi, Lundazi, and Chipata, among other districts, and Sinda, as well as Sinda.
So basically, as IPAS, we are engaging the journalists, the media, so to speak. And this is not only the only engagement that we have. We've been to Western Province, where we train the journalists. We've been to Southern Province. We also have been to Central Province. So the reason why we're engaging the media is that we do realize the importance of the journalists, and that once the journalists are educated, then they're going to set the agenda. Now, the agenda that we want to set as IPAS is that we want stories that will be able to highlight the issues of the marginalized. Now, we have so many stories where a young girl is not able to access family planning. Now, because they're not able to access family planning, this leads to unsafe abortion. So the starting point is we need to educate you, the journalist, so that you're able to write stories that will bring on board all the vulnerable people so that they know their rights when it comes to sexual and reproductive.
A tobacco farmer has urged lawmakers to reconsider the tobacco bill, warning its potential economic impact on rural communities. Brian Hapunda says thousands of rural households depend on tobacco cultivation for survival and cautions that stricter regulations could undermine farmers' incomes and destabilize entire communities. Mr. Hapunda explains that reduced demand would affect the entire supply chain, including distributors and retailers, and could lead to factory closures and widespread unemployment. He further warns that weak enforcement against smuggling poses a serious threat, noting that once legal production declines, illicit trade quickly fills the gap. Mr. Hapunda says Zambia must balance public health concerns with economic realities and carefully weigh the long-term consequences of the bill to avoid deepening poverty and repeating challenges seen in countries such as South Africa. We have more in this particular report.
As a tobacco farmer, I want to call upon His Excellency Hakainde Hichilema and our parliamentarians to reconsider passing the tobacco bill that is before them. For passing this tobacco bill will have strong effects on the tobacco industry in Zambia and on the farming sector. As you may be aware that the tobacco industry employs thousands and thousands of young people, and that many of our tobacco farmers rely on tobacco farming for income and for supporting their families. So passing stricter tobacco regulation will mean that many tobacco farmers will be pushed out from farming, and many young people, the consequences will be that many young people will lose their jobs who are involved in farming, who are employed by tobacco farmers. At a time when our country is grappling with high unemployment levels, we want to call upon the government to save and help protect the job industry for the young people and save the tobacco industry and our farmers from collapsing. Passing this tough tobacco regulation will mean that it will encourage illicit trade of tobacco in our country, and as such, it's going to push away tobacco buyers from our industry, tobacco players from our industry, and that this will have negative consequences of black market in our country of tobacco.
We take a break, and on the other side, join me for sports and international news. Keep watching.
The Battle of the Choirs. The second edition of the Battle of the Choirs is back. This year, the Battle of the Choirs is happening again. It's the second edition 2026. Register your video now. Send in 2 minutes recorded video. Fill in the registration form. Pay registration fee of 250 kwacha, non-refundable. Registration is now open for 7 weeks. Yes, starting from the 1st of February 2026. This competition will run up to June as the dedicated month for crowning the champions. Competition awards for this year include: first prize 100,000 kwacha, second prize 50,000 kwacha, third prize 30,000 kwacha, fourth prize 20,000 kwacha. Guess what? The first choirs to be registered stand a chance to be advertised early on our TV station. Register, register, register now!
Autobest Engineering is a fully registered company that has services such as towing service, we have a saloon, we repair cars, we have a car wash,
Barbershop is a top-notch.
and many more.
Autobest Engineering is the company which you can rely on. We touch any car. We are just at the corner of Pemba Road and Mosotunya Road. You know what? We deliver the best. Yes, we are growing very fast. It's a top-notch company ever in Zambia. When you come, wherever you are, whether you are in America, you come to visit Zambia, please just go to Google Map, type Autobest Engineering Group. It will take you where we are. Autobest is a one-stop shop.
Come to Autobest Engineering where the best is done. If you want to know where we're located along Mosotunya Road, just right at the corner of Pemba Road, Chilenge South. If you want to contact us, you can call us on 0977 18 12 73.
Autobest Engineering, doing what we know best.
TV Media News on Top Star Channel 121. We are also live on our Facebook page at Light TV Zambia. Now we continue with the news. In sports, 14 years ago today, Zambia made history by winning their first Africa Cup of Nations title, defeating Ivory Coast 8-7 on penalties after a goalless draw in the 2012 final in Gabon. The match was the only goalless game of the entire tournament. The championship came down to a dramatic penalty shootout where Zambia's goalkeeper Kennedy Mwene made a crucial save and Stopila Sunzu scored the sudden death winner, sealing the nation's first AFCON triumph. The victory carried deep meaning, coming near to the site of the 1993 plane crash that claimed 18 members of Zambia national team. The 2012 squad dedicated their win to those lost, defeating an Ivory Coast side that featured stars like Didier Drogba and Gervinho. Zambia's historic win is remembered as a moment of resilience, hope, and national pride, inspiring fans across the nation. And now we go to international news. And now, Israeli President Isaac Herzog has ended a contentious 4-day visit to Australia, making a large pro-Palestine protest and heightened security in major cities, including Sydney, Canberra, and Melbourne. Herzog was invited by Australian leaders to offer comfort to the Jewish community after a deadly anti-Semitic mass shooting in Sydney in December that killed 15 people. However, thousands of demonstrators took to the streets accusing him of complicity in the ongoing Gaza war and denouncing his visit, with some protesters labeling him as a criminal. However, thousands of demonstrators took to the streets accusing him of complicity in the ongoing Gaza war and denouncing his visit, with some protesters labeling him as a war criminal. Authorities maintained tight police control, with dozens arrested in Sydney during clashes. On his final day in Melbourne, Herzog addressed Jewish community leaders under heavy security, reaffirming solidarity and rejecting allegations against him, while also warning that anti-Semitism in Australia was frightening, even as he said most Australians seek peace. Despite the protest, Australian and Israeli officials emphasized the importance of strengthening dialogue and addressing community concerns as Herzog prepares to depart. That report brings us to the end of our midday news, but before we go, here's a recap of the headlines. IPAS works with media to support vulnerable women and girls overview. In sports news, Zambia celebrates 14 years since first AFCON title. And we looked at international news as Israeli president ends Australia visit amid protest over Gaza war. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Kephas Nguni. Stay inspired.
Join us this Wednesday on Light Television from 20 to 21 hours for an inspiring commission with your host, Pastor Martin Lutuna. Our special guest for the evening is UPND Media Official as we discuss key issues, insights shaping our nation. Don't miss this engaging conversation. Stay inspired only on Light Television.
Koji Mwambelako!
Your latest news.
The report was made by Mr. Abu Gujar, a 37-year-old Indian national residing in Olympia.
Top happening stories.
SDG number 6 on water and sanitation.
Community update.
Zambia and the nation at large is still mourning the death of the 60th Republican president.
Business news.
From here, there's going to be a great multiplier effect.
On the sport crossovers.
Of awaiting that the body would come back.
Koji Mwambelako!
And a very good race, and we as a country are very proud of the works that he has done.
Koji Mwambelako! Get in touch with our news team on the numbers on your screen. Yes, Koji Mwambelako. We are in your face. We are closer to you. Light TV,